These two gentlemen, this is the match that all of the fans here in Clifton Park, New York, have been waiting for. Avery LeBlanc is going to start the match. Earl wants to post his score first.
He started the match every game, Avery LeBlanc. In his third match, you can see 6 strikes on lane 9, 7 on lane 10. He's bowling against Earl Anthony, and he knows it.
He says I can run him out as well against him.
Well, he's bowling against the most determined player in the history of this game, as far as I'm concerned. 58-year-old, or you're young, Earl Anthony from Cornelius, Oregon, just outside of Portland.
Career earnings of right around $1,400,000. Last year he won $35,000, almost 36. Just like that.
Just a ho-hum strike for Earl Anthony. You know, we've seen him throw the ball so many times. He really does look rather effortless.
Earl Anthony also wearing a microphone. You see that he averaged almost 234 in this tournament.
And said he wasn't really as sharp as he'd like to be. That's kind of scary.
How many times has that happened to him on television?
You know, Earl Anthony shot 299, I believe, in Cleveland, Ohio, 15 years ago, maybe?
More than that, I think.
And left the solid 9 on the last shot for
300 and a car.
Yeah, it was worth quite a bit. Well, that's all he can do is get up and just make that spare. What a terrible break, as we have people on the left standing up in the middle of Earl's shot, but it didn't seem to bother him too much.
Avery LeBlanc now with a bad break for Earl, but a good break for him.
Right, and you can see Avery's best 1996 finishes. He was 4th twice. He wants to be first today.
Has to hurry.
And where Earl Anthony got the bad break in the second frame, Avery LeBlanc gets the great break, and he tells you about it. Watch this pin action, Mike. This ball comes way from the right. It's going to knock the head pin to the sideboard. And the head pin doesn't come back, but the 6 pin comes out and love taps it.
That's the old Billy Waylow, the gentle touch, the tender touch, I think he used to say.
The tender touch.
Working on 2 in a row, 10-pin quick lead here. Wants to bump it up to 20 with another strike.
Well, nothing but good things for Avery LeBlanc so far in this game. Wants to keep the momentum going.
Carry, baby, carry, baby. Yes.
I don't even think we're necessary, Mike.
No, the folks at home just listen to Avery. He'll tell you.
Yeah, baby.
20 pins.
Earl taking a deep breath. Needs to just go ahead and do what he did the first 2 shots. Throw him right in the 1-2 pocket. As you can see, he defeated Avery LeBlanc twice. Needs to do it a 3rd time.
They certainly lined in.
Here's the classic form of Earl Anthony. As you can see, very steady, short arm swing. A little bit of that bent elbow, and very solid at the foul line. And just places the ball in the 1-2 pocket high flush.
Boy, he needs to do it one more time.
Well, he needs to cut into Avery LeBlanc's lead right now. He's down by 20, can cut it to 10. Avery's not watching. I'm sure Avery expects him to strike.
He says, thank you very much.
And you know, there was only one thing that could happen to that shot, and that would have been another solid 9 if it didn't strike.
Fans shouting in the background.
Saying, easy game, Earl. Yeah, easy to throw the ball perfect and leave a solid 9. As you can see, Avery LeBlanc's low game was only 183. His high game, 279 this week.
Trying for 4. And gets it. And gets it. See that little snout there? It's like his nostrils are snarling.
He's fighting.
He's like a gladiator in there. He looks like he's ready to take on Kirk Douglas in Spartacus.
No, he's taking on Earl Anthony, and Earl Anthony's no one to toy with. If I'm Avery LeBlanc, I want to just keep on striking because you don't want to give Earl Anthony any room.
He's perfect through 5 frames.
And that ball looked like it was coming in a little bit high, but it held pocket. Now leading by 30 pins. We'll take a look at this last shot. Watch the ball go out to about the 5 board. It looks high right here, Mike, but it held.
Could have left a solid 9 on a hit like that.
And you see the reaction.
Trying for 3. He gets it. I asked Earl Anthony, the analyst, to critique Earl Anthony, the bowler.
Earl Anthony, the bowler, is what they consider a stroker, I would assume. Has trouble in this event with timing. I've got a bad cold, and I think that's part of the problem, so my timing hasn't been real good. But I expect to be very aggressive on the show.
And he certainly has been, Mike. He's thrown every ball
Perfect.
flush in the pocket. Now he's 20 pins down, trying to cut it to 10. Well, not a good break.
I'm not finished. Can't do it. Ball didn't finish.
Ball didn't quite finish into the pocket like he said. Didn't make the turn from left to right. Leaves the light 10 pin. And there's Special Olympic bowler Michael Lucadamo. He averages 146, and he rolled games of 173, 240, and 148 to win that medal this week.
Spare conversion for Earl Anthony, but he falls further behind Avery LeBlanc. Avery working on 5 in a row, trying for 6.
And not thinking about 300. He's thinking about 10 more pin lead on Earl Anthony.
We talked to Avery. This is what he said about his emotions.
Well, if I get into the game and start running shots out, usually it helps me in many sense of ways. I use that to pump myself up, where other people sometimes it gets them out of that rhythm. The crazier I get, the more into it I get, the better it makes me play.
We ran that before, but we thought it was being demonstrated. We wanted to run it again. That's why.
And Earl Anthony sticks his hand out to give Avery LeBlanc 5. Avery's got 7 in a row. He now leads by 41 pins. Earl very much aware of what the situation is. Avery LeBlanc averaging 229 in this pair. He's going to raise that average this game. Earl needs to get some strikes going once again.
A little bounce there. Finally gets a good break. Well, it trips the 6.
That's the first good break that Earl's had this game.
41 down, 8th frame. Boy, just every strike now is a
right
must.
now, Avery LeBlanc is working at a 250 pace, and Earl Anthony can strike out for 259. So Earl has to strike here, and he's going to need a little help from Avery.
Of course, all these bowlers are mathematicians, so they all keep score like that in their head. They got built-in calculators there. Oh, he switches them up.